Hey folks, Sean Dostey, the charity ambassador here, and I wanted to talk to you today about auctioneers. Imagine that, me being an auctioneer wanting to talk to you about auctioneers. In the fundraising gala arena, there are several types of auctioneers. You can have your local MC, you can have your local anchor person from your weatherman or whatever from your local news station, or a DJ from your radio station. They can come in and they can try their hand at it. And they might do a nice job of it, and they'll have fun doing it, and your crowd will have fun. Or you can get a professional auctioneer. Now, there are many auctioneers out there that will donate their time. I'm not one of them, but I do in some cases, but I can't make a living. I can't eat free auctions. But there are auctioneers out there that sell cars by the day, or they sell cattle, or they sell estates and things like that, and they'll donate their time, and they will come in and they will do a professional auctioneering job. Whether you can understand them or not being an auction goer is debatable, but they can do a nice job for you. You can hire an auctioneer that is new to the industry but has an interest, or somebody that's not a professional benefit auctioneer, or you can hire a professional, and when you pay a professional, you're going to pay professional money. Now, I want you to think of it like a caterer. You can have the church get together all the moms, and they can bring in the food, and they can cook it, and they can serve it. Going to be fabulous, not going to be fancy. But it's good. Well, it could be fancy. It depends on the church. I have one church. Man, the pastor himself is a chef. I mean, Culinary Delights, they actually auction a package that he prepares the food, and they take it to their house, and usually it's a party for 15 or 20. Fabulous. But there's levels. You can have the ramen noodles. You can have the church get together, that type of food. You can have the buffet. You can have a sit down. You can have a 3-course dining experience. Same thing with auctioneers. You can get somebody that's never auctioned before, the volunteer. You can get the professional auctioneer that donates his time. You can get the guy that does a lot of benefit auctions, but that's not really his main gig. Or you can hire a professional. You should have certain levels of expectations in the different people that you retain. I'll never forget when I did my first, obviously it was my first big gala auction for a church, and I'm still doing it today, or I did it this year. I haven't contracted for next year, but I'm sure I will. But that church hired me, and they had previously somebody that touted himself the best benefit auctioneer in a certain city, state. And they had a difference of opinion with him, and he got a little arrogant with them, and they dropped him, and I got my foot in the door. And after that, I did a great job for them. I did it for a couple of years. Well, I had to raise my prices. And it wasn't much. It was maybe, I don't know, I can't even remember. It was $150, $250 raise for me to come and to do what I did for them. Well, they decided that they were going to go a different way, and they were very gracious about it, and they said that somebody in their congregation was also an auctioneer, and he decided to volunteer his time. I was crushed. I'm like, oh my goodness, I raised my prices and now they don't want me. You know what it's like. I mean, if it doesn't matter what side you're on, whether you're an auctioneer and said, I've been there, or whether you've been on the fundraising side and said, yeah, I've been there. Well, the long and short of it is, is I didn't hear from them. The next year, they contacted me late in the year, and it's like, hey, Sean, are you available? I'm like, I could be. And I heard from the congregation, I heard from them that they would never do that again. And they paid my new rate, and they have ever since. And last year they called me, and I was like, guys, I've got a fiance in the Philippines, and I'm going to be in the Philippines, and they're like crushed. So I rearranged my trip, and I did the auction on a Saturday night, and Sunday I was on a plane. And I did that this past year as well, but I knew it was happening. So I'm going to probably going to change the month, or at least when I do it. That's a message for you guys that run nonprofits too. I know you only think of the auction when you think of it, but you might, if you're going to do it annually, retain your auctioneer. Retain them and tell them the night of the event or the week after that you want them, that you want him or her. Because they will fill up the dates. The better they get, they will fill up the dates. So that's all I have for now. This is Sean Dostie, the Charity Ambassador, saying have a great day, and I hope at your next event you raise a ton more money.